Hey campers, it's Dani here from the Hole in the Wall Gang Camp's Hospital Outreach Program, also known as HOP. You might have seen me or some of my coworkers as we regularly bring camp to young people and their families, to hospital playroom groups and inpatient room visits. But today we're bringing it directly to you. So we've got a lot of fun in store. Today we'll be making stained glass flower vases. So let's get started. And you'll really only need 2 materials. So I have a glass jar here, or you could use a plastic jar, whatever you have available. And we'll need some Sharpies. So I have a bunch of different color Sharpies, and I think we're ready to get started. Alrighty, so super easy. We're gonna jump into it. So we have our vase, well, our soon-to-be vase. We have our glass jar, and really you want to determine if you want to make like a specific design on it, or the way I did it was just colored blocks. So each Sharpie color had a different box that I colored it all the way in. And you can see here that it shows through pretty easily. I found that brighter colors did work a little bit better. The pastels that I have were a little bit harder to see, but it still made a good impact on it. So really, you just want to choose some colors that you think will look good next to each other. And then the way I did it is I tried not to go back over the colors, because then they would blend together. So you try to just stick to one color per box. So we are just going to speed this up a bit, otherwise we'd be here forever watching me color this glass jar. But I'll go ahead and complete this, and I'll come back and show you how it looks. So here we have our final product, and I think it looks pretty darn cool. What do you think? And you can see how the light's reflecting through and casting like a really cool shadow onto the table. So we could leave it here, but as we know, Sharpie sometimes comes off of different materials. So I'm going to show you how to make it permanent. So welcome to my stove. Here we're going to ask an adult for some help to place our glass jar. Remember, glass only. So we're going to place our glass jar into a cold oven and let it heat up to 350 degrees. And once it's reached 350 degrees, we're going to set a timer for 20 minutes. So while we're waiting for that to happen, I invite you to a dance party. You can do whatever dance moves you want. You could do a little Running Man, or you could do Cabbage Patch. Got a whole bunch of options. So you see I've left the oven ajar once I turned it off, and we're going to have our adult help us here to get our vase out with an oven mitt, and that way we make sure not to burn ourselves. So we'll let it cool a little bit more, and we can have another dance party. So now that our vase is nice and cool to the touch, check it out. Our colors look pretty darn good. As you can see, there's two that I chose to do like a metallic silver that really stand out against the other ones. Not quite stained glass effect, but it still looks nice. So I filled up some water, and now we're ready to add some flowers. So let's get that adult that we had again and ask them for some help to cut our flowers so that they fit nicely in our jar. Here I'm using some kitchen scissors, but if you want, your adult can help you with a knife as well. So we're going to go ahead and cut the stems off of our flowers. That way they can fit in our jar. And here you have, drum roll, our final product. So our flowers look beautiful. The sun is shining on them, giving them lots of love and radiance. And our vase looks pretty darn cool, if I say so myself. Once again, my name's Dani with the Hole in the Wall Gang Camp's Hop Team. Thanks so much for joining us today. And just remember, camp isn't just a physical place. It's a place in our hearts that we can bring with us wherever we go. I hope you had fun today. And if you enjoyed today's activity, stay tuned because we have lots of other videos and things coming up soon.